Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to Clarity for Show. Today we will discuss India's export policy, agriculture export policy of 2018. Okay, and in this session also we will try to understand what is the current scenario of India's agriculture, what is the contribution of India's agriculture in our GDP, and the current situation of India's agriculture export as of now. All right. So let's start this. So India's agriculture export policy approved in December 2018 with an aim to double the agriculture export contribution. All right, to double it, right, from $30 billion, 30 billion USD to 60 billion USD. But as of now, also, this was a target set for to achieve by 2022. But as of now, also, we have not reached this target. Okay, so as per the economic survey of 2024-25, we can see the contribution of agriculture in India's GDP, and it is around 16%. Agriculture contributes 16% of our country's GDP, with we are seeing a growth rate of 5% average annual growth rate during the financial year 2017 to 2023. Right. And in agriculture income also grew by 5.3%, 5.23% annually over the past decade. Means it is talking about in the last decade. Agriculture income also grew by 5.23%. All right. And we can see a bumper production in Kharif food grains last year also, with in which was increased by 89.37 lakh metric tons. So these were some of the facts that were there highlighted in economic survey this year. All right, and you can use such facts. So coming to the position of India's agriculture as of now, India's agriculture export as of now in India. Let's try to see in the financial year 2023-24, India's agriculture exports it totaled around $48.82 billion. So we have a target of under the export policy of reaching $60 billion USD. Okay, by 2022. But in financial year 24, we have agriculture exports totaling around 48 point, but we can see the highest, and we have reached the record export of $53.15 billion in financial year 23. All right. So this you can use in your as an example that this is the record that we have achieved in terms of India's agriculture export. Coming to the next point, like overall decline, like India's agriculture export experienced a 18.2% decline in fiscal year ending March 31st, 2024 compared to the previous year. So this is the overall decline with respect to uh, India's agriculture. Some of the key commodities that contributes majorly in India's export agriculture commodities like rice, marine products, spices. Okay, these are some of the leading agriculture commodities. Why this export decline? Because of various factors. The factors like global price fluctuations. Okay, shipment curves is there. We have seen the recently like COVID-19 type pandemic, Russia-Ukraine war conflict is there. Because of this only, no, where the export of agricultural product actually declined from India, right? And we have seen the record at financial year 23 of $53.15 billion. And some of the top destination of India's agri-exports commodities like United States of America, UAE, Netherlands, China, and Singapore. So these are some of the top destination of India's agriculture exports. All right. And the top agricultural commodities which are exported from India includes basmati rice, non-basmati rice, spices, tea, pulses, fruits, vegetables, and sugar. So it includes like both the food grains as well as like horticulture crops. Okay. So now let's try to understand the India's agriculture export policy of 2028. So it was launched with an aim to boost the India's export right from $30 billion to $60 billion by 2022. The second objective of this policy is to diversify our export basket, diversifying the export basket, diversifying the destination as well, and to boost the high level and value added agriculture exports. Means agri products should be value, there should be value addition in the agricultural products that we are producing. All right, whether it is like organic or indigenous agriculture products. The third objective, to promote the novel indigenous, organic, ethnic, and traditional and non-traditional agri products, means focusing on indigenous, organic, ethnic, and traditional, which is like located or concise in a particular area of particular district. All right. The fourth objective is to strive towards the doubles the India's share in world agriculture exports. So in the, we need to like we are looking forward to double our share in world agriculture exports by integrating with global value chain. Fifth objective is to enable the farmers to get benefit of exports opportunity in overseas market, and the sixth one, to provide institutional mechanism for pursuing market access, tackling barriers, and deal with the sanitary and phytosanitary issues, so that we can experience a seamless export of our agriculture communities. All right. So these are the six basic objectives, or you can say the target of under the India's agriculture export policy. Now, coming to the vision. So the vision behind this policy is to harness the export potential of India's agriculture through suitable policy instruments. The policy instruments, key policy implementing agency like Government of India and various stakeholders, to make India global power in agriculture and raises the farmers. All right. Now, the elements of agriculture export policy framework. So we have two key elements: the strategic recommendation under strategic recommendation here, and the operational recommendation. So these are the two recommendations or the elements, you can say recommendations or elements under the agriculture export policy of 2018. All right. So strategic recommendation. So strategically, what we need to do in order to make the agriculture export more robust. All right. The first one is to establish the trade policy measures, the infrastructure and logistics supports. The third one is holistic approach to boost the agriculture, and the last one is involvement of state players, state governments in agriculture, because agriculture is the part of state subject. Agriculture is the part of state subject. So involvement of state is very necessary in order to promote agriculture productivity and further the export of that products. Coming to the next recommendation regarding the operational, that how it should move on in order to achieve such target, the operational measures that is focused in this policy, focusing on building clusters, promoting value-added exports, marketing and promotion of branding India's product, attract the private investment into production and processing, establishment of strong quality regime, and increasing the risk more, means investing more and more in R&D, like research and development. Now, we are explaining now, coming to, let's explain one by one the various strategies. And here I can recommend you, all my dear students, to just remember the keywords. Okay, you can use such type of keywords in various examination while writing the descriptive answers in NABARD or AFO or other agriculture based examination as well. Now, strategic recommendation. We have 4 strategic recommendations. The first one is policy measures. So India should have a stable trade policy regime, stable trade policy measures, and we should also look into reforming the agriculture producing marketing committee and streamlining the mandi fee, because in various states we have different mandi fee. Mandi fees differs state to state, so it should be streamlined. Show that the difficulty there should not be any sort of difficulty with respect to the farmers when they are selling their products. Okay. So reforming in APMC Act and streamlining the mandi fees. The second strategic recommendation is to making the infrastructure and logistic more robust. Okay. So in under this, it involves the pre-harvest and post-harvest handling facility of agriculture commodities, storage and distribution facilities, processing facilities, developing infrastructure like roads, railways in order to facilitate the swift trade of agricultural products, developing mega food parks, and developing the testing laboratories along with the cold chains. Okay, so these are some of the things that India is focusing in order to make the infrastructure and logistic more robust. All right. Coming to the third point, third recommendation under that, the holistic approach to boost agriculture. So what should be the overall approach to boost the exports? The first one, removing the supply side factor, the supply side bottlenecks. Okay, removing it. Second one, ensuring food security in our country. After that only we can focus on the export, not to other countries. The third one, providing robust processing facilities of our agri commodities in order to reduce the wastage. Okay, so there should be proper processing facilities also. Eliminating the infrastructure bottlenecks, and in order to meet these requirements, it requires the involvement of all the key stakeholders like Department of Agriculture, Corporation, and Farmers Welfare. These are the stakeholders. All right, Department of Animal Husbandries and Dairy, FASI, Department of Agriculture and Research Education, ICAR, Ministry of Food Processing Industries, Ministry of Shipping and Transport, and Ministry of Railway, Ministry of Civil Aviation. So the combined effort of all these ministries, all these departments will make the India's agriculture export to its new height. Okay, and we can achieve the target of 60 USD in coming years. All right. Now, coming to the fourth point, under the strategic recommendation only, the greater involvement of state governments. See, various states has different agroclimatic zone, means they have different cropping patterns. And agriculture is a part of state subject as well. So state governments should come up with proper policies, proper like setup in order to boost the productivity in their state, and it should make it in align with the, so that state export policy should be in line with the India's overall agriculture export. All right. So in also developing through developing infrastructure and logistics. And all right. So these are the four key recommendations under the strategic move. Coming to the next, operational recommendations. Okay. The first one, focusing on building clusters, means cluster-based development projects should be built in order to boost the agricultural and horticultural products by strengthening of state infrastructure through identifying suitable production clusters, conducting farmers registration, digitalizing the land records, and promoting the food producer organization, FPOs. So by these four measures, you just remember the key points. That these under that you can manage to write anything, right? So how we can strengthen the state infrastructure? The first one is developing production cluster, conducting farmers registration, digitalizing the land records, and promoting the food producer organization. Coming to the next point under the operational recommendation, promoting value added exports, means it is talking about the value addition in the India's agriculture. So how we can value added, make the value addition? Product development for indigenous communities and value addition, like indigenous products, like indigenously that is produced, like essential oils, la extracts, extracts of la, medicinal plants, the herbs, non-forest products. So these are some of the products developed by indigenous communities. So we need to value add in this products after processing. All right. Promoting value addition in organic exports. All right. Organic products in Northeast regions. So Indian government should develop a cooperative in line with Amul type of cooperative in Northeast, not in the northeastern states as well, in order to like boost the productivity of organic products. Okay, in order to further strengthen the productivity of organic products in Northeast, we should also come with some such type of cooperatives in line with Amul like. And the fourth one is skill development of various stakeholders like farmers or other stakeholders and various department levels. All right. The third one, marketing and promotion of brand India. So a separate fund dedicated to promote brand India is marketing the organic, value added, ethnic, those products which got the GI tag, regionally specific products, and branding those products. So with brand India, okay, so that India's product can be branded and it can be identified easily uh, in abroad market. All right, like some of the regionally specific agriculture and processed product, we can see makhana from Bihar, Agra peta from Agra, Hyderabadi biryani are popular and they have distinct identity. All right, so it is very necessary to market our products having distinct identity based on various things like ethnic or GI tag. Coming to the next point, to attract the private investment in export-oriented activities and infrastructure, attracting the private investment by developing post-harvest infrastructure in order to support the smooth logistic movement of agri products like packaging, cold house, cold chain storage facilities, exit point infrastructure, air cargoes, infrastructure abroad. Okay, so here we need to develop in order to make the logistic movement more smooth. Ease of doing business and digitalization of farm crop, digitalization of farmland records, developing market intelligence at level of DOC, Department of Commerce, and portal of for information disseminations, trace procedures and facilitation center, and also developing a very robust grievance redressal cell. Okay, so that the complaints of the farmers, the complaints of the small stakeholders can be redressed in a smoother way. The fixed point establishment of strong quality regime. Quality regime. It is talking about the quality regime by through which type of organization like FSI, EIC, plant and animal quarantine and different commodity boards in setting the standards of our agriculture products. All right. In order to meet the sanitary and phytosanitary measures, in order to remove the technical barriers of the trade agreement. All right. So we need to also maintain the quality of our agri products so that we will not get restricted while exporting our product by different countries on the basis of sanitary and phytosanitary measures or technical barriers. Research and development is the last point that is recommended in the operational category, operational element, that innovation in packaging, improving shelf life of the products, investing more and more in research and development. Oh, all right. And for that, the Ministry of Food Processing, ICAR, Council of Science and Industrial Research, and state governments is working in that direction, like importing the export-oriented germ plasm. Okay, importing export-oriented germ plasm, developing testing labs with strong infrastructure in northeastern regions to support the organic produce. All right. So these are some of the recommendations. Coming to the next important point, that what is the need of developing the new export policy of 2018? What is the need? So it must be going through some of the challenges. Therefore, this new export policy is being implemented. The first one we can see prevalence of export restrictions like export prohibition, export duty, minimum export prices. Second one, uncertainty and unpredictability for India's agriculture producers and exports. The fourth one, global price sensitivity. Okay, so India's export competitiveness is heavily influenced by dynamics between the domestic and global commodity price. Okay, when global prices fluctuates, then it ultimately India's agriculture export has to bear that consequences. WTO issue is another issue that it used for export restrictions on sensitive agricultural products such as has been a contentious issue in WTO as they are seen as a violation of WTO rules. Okay, India announced its rice export restrictions. The international price of rice surged by approximately 25%. So because of these reasons, these are some of the challenges we are coming with this new India's agriculture export policy of 2018 in order to mitigate such challenges. we have a limited basket of export also. We need to diversify the export basket, bringing more and more products and valuing adding our indigenous, tribal, and organic foods. Okay, this is also one of the one of the challenges that we are actually we are exporting our water virtually by exporting rice. Okay, but because rice, in order to produce a rice per kg, it requires around 3,000 to 5,000 liters of water. So somewhere it is going to deteriorate the underground water level. So we are producing after such much after huge intake of rice, and then we are exporting that rice. So it is called virtual water export. All right. So see, these are some of the challenges. Coming to the next point, the way forward, the suggestions that we can suggest in our answers in order to make the agriculture export more competitive. The first one, bringing export competitive through value addition, product differentiation, market access, branding of our product, brand India. All right. Second one, bringing more technology means technological integration should be there. Precision farming, implementing artificial intelligence in the farming, drone farming, okay, supporting agri startups. All right. We can see the model of Netherlands. Netherlands uses advanced vertical farming, seed technology, and robotics to become the global model with respect to agriculture. Okay, so we can learn from Netherlands model. Focus there. We can focus on organic as well as processed food products, nurturing food processing companies, ensuring low cost of production and global food quality standards, along with maintaining the food security in our country. Step environmental sustainability means emphasizing on crops like pulses, oilseeds that requires actually less water with in comparison to paddy crops. So, in order to make it more environmental sustainable, okay, and considering the climate variation while determining the import policies. So, India should also consider the climatic variations that we are facing as well. Okay, now what are the government measures? See, this point is very important while writing any sort of answers, that what are the government measures in order to promote any activity? This point you need to include in your answers, that what are the recent measures that government is undertaking in order to promote any schemes, or in order to promote any commitment. All right. Now, government measures in order to promote the agriculture export. The first one is Trade Infrastructure for Export Scheme, TIES, by Ministry of Commerce to assist the central and the state government agencies to create an appropriate infrastructure for growth of exports. For that, has been developed by Ministry of. The second one, Market Access Initiative Schemes by Ministry of Commerce again, in order to make the export promotional schemes. It is an export promotional schemes that promotes the India's export on sustained basis. The third one, Agriculture and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority, that is APEDA. It is a statutory organization under the administrative control of Department of Commerce with a mandate to promote the export of agriculture products, including millets from India. APEDA. All right. Fourth one, state-specific action plans by various developing state-level monitoring committees, nodal agencies for agriculture exports, and cluster-level committees has been formed in number of states. Fifth one, Farmer Connect portal by APEDA, okay, providing a platform for farmers, farmer producer organization, and cooperatives in order to interact before making such type of exports, okay, for export. Sixth one, Transport and Marketing Assistance Schemes by central it is a central sector schemes providing assistance for international component of freights and marketing of agriculture produce to different countries. Setting up of agri-export zones, AEZs. We have SEZs, and here it is AEZs. Okay, in order to promote agriculture export. So say setting up of agriculture export zones, designated areas where agriculture activities are promoted with special focus on export-oriented products, infrastructure development as well as value addition. The eighth measure that Government of India undertaken, Operation Green, to enhance the production and export of fruits and vegetables, means horticulture crops, and national horticulture missions in order to promote the horticulture development, which includes the fruit, vegetable, flowers, and it plays a crucial role in increasing the India's agriculture export. So these are the 9 measures that Indian government has undertaken in order to promote India's agriculture export. Now, we can also understand that how agriculture export is going to promote it going to generate employment in our country. All right, through these cards. So it need to develop one stop solution in order to and some of the way forwards. And we can also take example from the Kerala model, that how Kerala had like developed a very robust state cooperative department. Okay, in order to make the Kerala's agriculture products in foreign countries. So how they are facilitating. So we can also take some of the tips and tricks from Kerala model. All right, and agriculture is no doubt, although it is contributing 16% of the GDP, but eh, it is a very labor intensive market, and if agriculture export is going to, then ultimately we are focusing on our agriculture produce, and somewhere it is going to boost the India's employment sector. Now, the next, India's government should change some of the trade policies to encourage the agriculture exports. About soybean, it is written, about rice, about sugar. Okay. And we have seen in August 30th, 2024, the central lifted the restriction on production of ethanol from sugarcane juice. Okay, B heavy and C heavy molasses from November 24 to this October 25. This was there in the news. And with respect to rice, the rice is stocked in the central pool on August 24, 2024 were 45.5 million ton, the highest in the past 10 years. So this is the rice stock in our FCI godowns, central pool. All right. So that's all for today, my dear students. So I hope you enjoyed this session. Okay. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Take care.